What is up, guys? Pie Muffin here, and we are back with some more Trails Through Daybreak. Last time, we found Mariel in the Dark Light District, and we also met up with Bergard Zemin, who used to be the Roaring Lion, the Gralsritter that saved Gaius, and who he passed his stigma on to. So, he has now joined us, and we were able to learn that Almata has their secret base over in the city of Orashian, which is the third largest city in Calvard. And we also met the fourth Anguis as well as the Enforcer number 3, and they basically pass on a job to us saying they want us to go to the city with all these other parties to stop Almata. So we're going to continue and see how these preparations go before we head over there. Oh no, it's just jumping ahead. Okay. So we get no nighttime relaxation. It's just immediate next day we're leaving. It's really a shame we can't take Mariel with us. At least she's going to be there with she's going there with the guild. Better than traveling on her own. Yeah, sounds like they're planning to send a lot of people over to Orashian. Can't think of a better group for the job. Indeed, helping civilians is what they do best. Meanwhile, we're only going to avenge that handsome reporter guy. Were you able to get Maris settled with your school, Agnes? Yes, I told them yesterday I would be absent for a few days due to a family emergency. They've always been very accommodating of my family situation. Although I've never taken advantage of it like this. I don't think anyone can blame you given the circumstances. It's still a black mark on your spotless record, though. Miss Perfect's gonna turn into Miss Delinquent before we know it. As long as she doesn't sink to Van's level, she'll be fine. I am literally standing right here. You guys sure love to bicker, don't you? What of Miss Bright and your other friends? Have you informed them? Ren already knows she's going to be helping the guild on this mission. She already left last night. I expect we'll run into her in Orashian. Makes sense. Guessing she had to take some time off too then? Yes, she told the school she received an emergency request to return home from the Liberalian embassy. I didn't get a chance to fill in Odette and Albert on what's happening though. I'll make it a point to apologize to them when we get back. Sounds like a plan. Morning, y'all. Sorry you two had to get up so early on our account. We have to get the bistro ready for business anyway. Though tell me, why is that the actress going with you? Oh, I'm going with them to assess the situation for my next film. Yeah, that's it. I hope that goes well then. I was hoping Yume would be able to get up and see you off, but it was just too early for her. We'll buy her a souvenir or two while we're out, if you remember this time. So tell her to look forward to them. Of course, I'll do just that. I'm almost scared to ask why you have to leave for Orashian of all places, especially at a time like this. But remember, I'm holding you to your promise about that souvenir. Take good care of your people, you troublemaking buffoon. If you don't, if even one of them gets hurt, I'm doubling the rent in your office. Ouch, you aren't pulling any punches, are you? Well, I'll do what I can to keep them safe. We'll pick the best souvenir money can buy. It'll put a big smile on Yume's face, guaranteed. We have not known each other for very long, Mr. Zemin, but I can tell you're no ordinary traveler. Please make sure my tenants come back safe and sound. Of course, that's what I'm here for. In return, why don't we go for another round of chess when I get back, and I would not be opposed to having more of that heavenly food of yours, too. Haha, nothing would make me happier, especially since our game last night ended in a draw. That's nice, Victor has a friend. She's concerned. She knows it's not just simple stuff. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Albert, Odette. What are you two doing here?
レン先輩からのメールで君と先輩が3日ほど欠席すると聞いた。それでオデットを叩き起こしてタクシーでここまで駆けつけたんだ。
地下鉄も少なかったからさ。でも ビンゴだったみたいだね。
このタイミングでの出張ってことはまたバーゼルの時のような、いやそれ以上に危険なことに首を突っ込もうとしてるみたいだな。
I'm sorry for worrying you both. I should have told you sooner. I can't promise it won't be dangerous, but I have to do
ダメだよ。今回はいくらなんでも。
Oh boy.
クレイユであんなことがあったばかりなんだよ。あんたが家族のことでいろいろ抱えているのは知ってるけど、それが理由なら断固反対なんだからね。
Odette. Agnes. I'll admit I'm doing this in part because of Dad. But that's not my only reason. Ever since I started this job, I've been exposed to people of all walks of life. I've accumulated a wealth of important life experiences. And I felt closer to my mother and grandmother than ever before through the things they left behind. It's because it's all become just as vital to my growth as our day-to-day lessons at Aramis. I'd even go as far as to say it's become an inseparable part of who I am. So please, don't try to stop me. I'm not just going because of my family or because of what they passed down to me. I'm going because this is something I have to do for myself.
Agnes.
Ah. Whose car is that?
早いな、解決や諸君。ちょうど出発するところだったか。
Rune. The hell's he doing here? What? What, him? That's the guy who's always on the city screens.
お父さん。
分かっているだろうが、決断には責任がつきまとう。それを踏まえての行動だろうな、アニエス。
はい。これでもお父さんの娘ですから。あらゆる機会を無駄にせずに見聞を広め、自らの糧としてきます。
There you go.
絶対に無事に戻ってくるなんて軽々しくは言えませんけど、大切な友達とお父さんを悲しませないよう最大限努力します。
アニエス。
CID や各方面とのつてはせいぜい活用することだ。理想と現実の狭間の中、自分が何をつかめるかを測る意味でも。欠席理由については私の方からもフォローしておく。だが3日が限度だ。それ以上は軍の部隊を派遣する。これが私からの最大限の情報だ。
He's gonna leave it to us for 3 days.
十分です。ありがとうお父さん。
改めてになるが、娘が世話になっている。君たちの流儀の範疇内で存分にこき使ってやってくれ。頼もしき助力者もいるようだし、ある程度の安全確保も期待したいところだが。
ええ、任せてください。うちはグレーだが、労働環境はブラックじゃないつもりなんでね。
ご息女のみならず微力を尽くさせていただこう。
かたじけない。
現地に着いたあたりで連絡を入れる。お嬢さんもそうだが、あいつの方も任せたぞ。
I assume he's talking about Elaine.
勝手なことは。ま、思った以上にイケオジで大した眼力とオーラだったが、娘相手にもあのツンデレぶり、なかなか難儀そうな親父さんだな。
はい、本当にそうなんです。ああ、もうなんかおじさんに全部持っていかれちゃったけど、とにかく無事に戻ってきなさいよ。はい。
言っておくが、何かあったら僕たちも現地に押しかけるからな。
I don't know what you can do, but
あん
thanks.
たらも 僕たちの幼馴染を頼んだぞ。
もちろんです。
ああ、任せときな。
And we're off. And obviously that cat's out of the bag now. Everyone knows who Agnes's relations go to. We're gonna pass by Anchorville. I'm really sorry for keeping this from you all. Your relation to Professor Epstein was plain surprising as is. I never imagined your father was a huge celebrity too. It was real obvious you were hiding something, but damn, that's a hell of a bombshell. No kidding, I'm still processing everything. I get what you mean. I assume the decision to conceal your surname was made by the government? That's correct. It was part of a program designed to protect confidential state secrets. Claudia was my mother's last name. My real name is... You don't gotta spell it out. Had a hunch you borrowed it from your mom's side, though. Oh, really? It's been 4 years since my mother died now. Her dad used to be so happy. Before that, even though my father was a politician in the opposition party, he was always just dad to me. But after mom died, and especially after he announced his candidacy 2 years ago, we've been drifting further and further apart. That was followed by the surprise election result that I'm sure you all know about. After that, I enrolled at Aramis under my mother's surname. I wasn't expecting my childhood friends, Odette and Albert, to be there too, though. Dad's remained distant ever since. I suppose that's what led me to becoming so invested in the diaries Mom left behind. Which eventually brought me to Van to find the first Genesis. I think you all know the rest of the story from there. Agnes. So that's how it is. Both my mother and grandmother are still around, so I can't relate to the part of your story. But I certainly understand being attached to your family's legacy. Oh. Yes, we seem to be very much the same in that respect. Just so you know, I don't discriminate, so who your parents are ain't a problem for me. But so long as I'm paying you, I'm gonna be working you hard. I don't need your pops telling me to do that. Of course. I've got your back, Agnes. Man, how'd we end up being such a group of weirdos, myself included, I guess. The old man's here's got something that draws in people like us. He's not wrong. You know I can see you all making faces in the rear view mirror, like I'm some kind of trouble magnet, right? Especially you, Judith. You don't even work for me. Actually, I made arrangements to pay her commensurate with the services she provides. Say, what? I insisted on working for free, but she wouldn't take no for an answer. Oh, come on, Reset. She's already rolling in cash from all her acting work. That mirror was gonna go towards a new body kit for the car. Van. I swear, this dude only cares about the 3 C's. Cars, confections, and communal baths. If I ever end up like him, please smack me upside the head. I think you may need to start keeping him on a shorter leash, Agnes. I'll consider it. And we're off. Almost past Anchorville now. I don't know how far away the city is. On the way to Arashian, they came across several checkpoints put up due to the emergency declaration, but the CID had arranged for them to pass through. After a brief pit stop in Anchorville, they hit the road northeast. Wait, Judith is... Oh, hey, look at Aaron on the bike. Bluetooth. The city we're headed to was the capital of Calvert before the revolution 100 years ago. It has a population of around 280,000 people, making it the 3rd most populous city in the Republic. So it's half the size of Crossbell. That's a lot fewer people than the capital's 800,000 and Langport's 555,000. But man, oh man, this bike you got here is pure fire. I can't wipe the grin off my face. I'm glad you're enjoying it, but do ride with care. Bah, didn't get half that reaction when he was driving my girl. I still can't get over they're letting Judith drive. He's letting Judith drive his car when she's not even technically a part-timer. I guess even obsessing over something has its downs, huh? I think your truck is nice and comfy if it helps. Now, we know that many other groups are also making their way to our destination. I'm aware of Heyu and several Jaeger Corps, as well as the Gralsritter and the Papal Guard's secret unit. You were in the Gralsritter, if I recall, right? Yeah, it's an elite force affiliated with the Congregation for the Sacraments that primarily exists to recover artifacts. And then we have the Papal Guard, the Holy City of Arteria's peacekeeping force. So they have a special unit of sorts too? I'm no expert on them myself. Can you tell us a bit about them? Certainly. As you may be aware, the Gralsritter is a relatively small organization comprised of around 1,000 people. The Papal Guard is a force 30,000 strong that answers directly to the Congregation for Divine Worship. It also took part in the war against the Empire. The relationship between the two congregations was strained even before that, but it became more so after the war. Still, so these are all the ones we've met so far. Still, while the Papal Guard may have the upper hand in numbers, the Gralsritter has a significant advantages that the Guard does not. So obviously we've got Instructor Thomas over there on the left. We got Wazi in the back. Then we got Kevin. We've got Celos, who we recently met. That's Ein Selnit. She's number 1. Then we've got Leon, who we just met. We got Gaius in the back over there, and then Bergard himself over there on the right. Chief among them are the Dominions, the 12 knights that lead the organization, one of whom I used to be. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 of the 12 currently, I'm not counting Bergard because obviously he stepped down. So 7 out of the 12 are accounted for. There's 5 we've still yet to meet. Their power and the power unique abilities they wield is overwhelming. You encountered the 4th and 11th among them in the Blacklight District some time ago. Their strength, too, is incredible. Incredible enough to match that pair from the society we met yesterday. For real? Damn. That red-haired woman seemed adorable to me. That weapon she had wasn't so adorable, though. Gotta have some bite to back up to stand up against the direwolf. Most people would be scared out of their mind. So wait, the other hooded guy who was down there that day. He is Iskarot's second in command, Iskarot being the Papal Guard's secret unit I mentioned earlier. His name is Ashlad. He does not have any extraordinary abilities like a Dominion, but he is still a veteran in combat. He learned how to wield a battle mace from me personally, so in a sense, he is another student of mine. Huh. With the Papal Guard being so big, I'm surprised even their secret unit's pretty sizable, huh? And the Oathbreaker is probably right that everyone taking part in this has their own schemes in mind, them included. Likely so. If I were to speculate, I would say that the Gralsritter aims to take Almada in custody and recover their artifacts. As for Iskariot, I believe they seek to destroy the artifacts or intercept their recovery, as well as execute all of Almada's members, who no doubt long been branded as heretics. Execute. So their job is to take out traitors and criminals. Sounds like Heiyu's Yangshu. I didn't think there were people like that in the church. The church's situation sounds complicated enough, and they're just a small portion of the groups we'll be facing. Once we arrive, our first goal should be assessing the situation on the ground, I suppose. I expect to hear what headquarters plans to do soon as well. I'll know for sure if there are any Jaegers or warriors in the city once we get there. Judging by how many people are going to be gathering there, I wouldn't be surprised if Abi and the rest of our people come. We'll have to see what we can learn from the guild and the CID too. As soon as we're finished contacting everyone and learning all we can, we'll get right to work. Alright. Sounds like we're about to get real busy. I don't remember there being too many 4SPGs. Definitely not ones that take you outside the city very much. Well, we made it. What time of the day is it? Because we left at like 6 a.m. Close to 6 a.m. probably. Assuming they give us a time frame here. Doesn't look like they're going to. Oh, here we go. Wait, what? Oh, wow. So, roughly... Well, it was like 5:30, so yeah, like roughly 6 hours to get here. Well, there you go, Arashian, the former capital. Feels very similar to Heimdallar, which makes sense.
さすが歴史を感じさせる街並みだね。東にはカルバード最大の壮大聖堂もあるんだっけ？
ええ、観光名所としても有名ね。何度か撮影で来たことがあるわ。あ、確かお城もあるんですよね。100年前の革命時に打ち壊されたカルバード王国の中心。バシタール宮跡ですね。
Vashtar Palace。
割と観光客も多そうだな。と、ありゃなんだ？
動力トラムだな。そこそこ便利だが、速度は遅いから観光以外じゃ使う必要はねえだろう。
そうなんですか。またの機会といたしましょう。
何度か仕事では来たが、こんな形で改めて訪れるとはな。
すでに近くの宿を取っている。そちらで荷ほどきをするといい。
ええ、助かりましたよ、先生。高級だと手配も難しかったんでね。
In Corregus? There's Mario.
ここがマフィアたちが新たな本拠地にした。
まずは支部に向かうとするか。それから潜伏場所の特定と突入作戦の人員を確保しねえとな。
ええ、冷静に動きましょう。生き残ったメンバーからも状況を確認しないと。
Survivor?
そうだね。
そういえばエレインさん、里帰りの方は
必要ないわ。今は責務を全うするだ
Oh
け。
boy.
そちらの臨時協力員さんと同じくね。そうね、微力を尽くさせてもらうわ。
Hey, you people. We're already seeing all the pieces start moving. Hello, Sal. Oh, Sal's in the city too.
ギルドの方々に彼らも到着したようですね。それでは勢力状況を確認次第よろしくお願いしますよ。インドの。
Oh, hi, Risha.
ええ。ですが、あなた方のためではありません。あれだけの非人道兵器、もはや共和国だけの問題ではないでしょう。かつての故郷と今の故郷のためにも私なりの道を貫かせてもらいます。
She wants to make sure this weapon can't be used against Lloyd and the others. Hello, Kasim. And you got these two up here.
噂の史上最強もエントリーしたみてえだな。
ええ、それに我らが親愛なる裏執行人の方々もですか。
The Iscariot people. I wonder if those two know that Burgard is alive. Hello, kitty. You got some people fishing over here as well. Up. Oh, there's Shizuna.
例のマフィアの庭園、他にもなかなかのメンツが集まりそうだ。ここまでの顔ぶれとなると仕事も簡単にはいかないかな。
その気になれば一両日中にでも。 ですが今後の大陸の趨勢を占う前哨戦となるのも確かかと。
うん、サプライズもありそうだし、早めに終わったらもったいないかもね。
Earl's Orphanage. Here's Walter with them.
あんたが放置してた悪趣味極まる庭の方はともかく、イベンターとしてはなかなかじゃねえか、ジェラールとかいう野郎も。
どうやらダンさん並みにえげつないことを考えてそうやね。
失礼だね、君たち。こんな善良なおじさんを捕まえて。さーて、どんな風にゾクゾクさせてくれんのかね。
If they know where his hideout is, why don't they just rush it now? Damn, the air around the city is toxic as hell. You aren't wrong, there are powerful foes all around us, I can feel it. Really? But the town seems so peaceful to me. There were a lot of tourists as well. And that in and of itself is concerning, given what happened to Krail. From what I heard, the state of emergency lifted after one day here. Anyway, we should call up the CID. Or not. How do you... Did you set up hidden cameras in here? Ah, never mind. What's the sitch, Ren? Renee. Why don't you share with the rest of the class then? We're all ears.
まずは遊撃士協会の首都支部、各地の支部からもやり手が来たようだ。兵ゆえは白南流に院、例の教師たちも来ていそうだな。両兵団は大小様々、主だったものとしてクルガ戦士団にアイゼンシルド、教会からは聖杯騎士2名に隠密総兵部隊イスカリオの精鋭たち、そしてとある筋からの依頼としてイカルガにマルドック社が確認されている。ああ、お前たちに依頼したというミクライヘビの使徒に執行者たちもだな。こちらも忙しい。あとはそちらで判断するがいい。
Just hearing him fire off those big names one by one was enough to make me nauseous. And those were just the highlights. There's still the Nidhogger corpse. Oh wow, they're here too. Scorpions of Zahat, and an established corpse from the Central East. Dolor family as well. I mean, obviously we dealt with Nidhogger during the war. Then there's the Stillwater Fleet and Zect Arms. One of them is a group of sea Jaegers. The other's a new weapons manufacturer. What criminal organization isn't at Arashian at this point? You got me there. Can't say I've heard of the last few names, though. But we're all too familiar with Ikaruga. I'll bet anything that white-haired girl is leading the charge. I'm all but certain that Marduk has sent the elite unit led by Mr. Al-Fayed. I sensed him earlier, so I'd say you're right on the money. I know for a fact my people and Ada's corpse are here, too. And the Republican army is making their move in secret. Just what is Almada plotting? Didn't you say they leaked their current location themselves? I did. They invited us to this place, knowing full well they were painting a target on their backs in the process. They must be lying in wait as we speak. I imagine we will hear from them soon enough. And then this carnival of theirs will truly begin. Oh right, the guy in the armor asked me to take part in a carnival. Is that what this whole thing is about? Yeah, I bet money on it. Oh. That's a very bright light. Why is it going off now? That can only mean... Everyone's ziffas are ringing all at once. No caller ID. I'm gonna answer it.
ごきげんよう。この地に集まったうぞうむぞうども。俺はジェラール・ダンテス。お前たちの標的、アルマータの狩猟だ。
No beating around the bush, is he?
まずは正体に応じたお前たちを歓迎する。遠路はるばるご苦労だった。それぞれ思惑はあるだろうが、最終的な目的はどこも同じ。
It's so crazy. Fee gets to be in another world-ending crisis right here. This is her 6th one in a row. Well, okay. I guess it's not 6 in a row because obviously Cold Steel 1 wasn't a world-ending crisis. It was just kind of country dealing. Cold Steel 2 wasn't really world-ending. I mean, I guess if the Vermilion Apocalypse did get to stay out, it would have been world-ending. And then Cold Steel 3 led into Cold Steel 4, so really she's only been in 2 world-ending crises, but a lot of crises overall.
正面から受けてやってもいいが、その場合はことを舞台とした全面構想いや戦争になる。
I'm sure Reen and the rest of Class 7 probably know that Fee is over here dealing with all this, probably worried about what's going on.
だが罪もない市民をただ巻き込むことはこちらも望んではいない。
Explicit purpose, he says.
そこでとある特別な思考を用意させてもらった。オラシオンの地下にある広大な遺構を利用したとっておきのゲームだ。
A game?
やることは至ってシンプル。お前らにはこれから潰し合ってもらう。
Everyone's gonna fight each other like a tournament.
旧王都であるオラシオンの地下にはカルバード王国時代の遺構が広がっている。そこをゲームの領域に見立て各自潰し合った後こちらの駒とやり合ってもらう。
Okay, I get it.
そうして最後まで生き残った者たちだけがこのバシタール級跡にたどり着ける。
Why can they not just attack the palace then?
まあそんな思考だ。
He wants us to duke it out in a battle royale? They must be sick in the head if they think we'll play along with this insanity.
ちなみに参加は強制だ。オラシオン市民28万の命もろとも消え去りたくなければな。
Oh, there's another one. That's a nuclear weapon. Just like the one that destroyed Krail. They had another one of those damn things after all. That must be the last of Professor Callahan's incomplete prototypes.
これが何なのかは今更説明するまでもないだろう。お前たちの参加拒否、当局の介入や住民避難を含め、ゲームにはいくつかのルールを用意してある。破った時点で、こいつは即座に起爆する。その時は全員が女神域ないし、煉獄域だ。裁定を下すのはこの装置。こちらのとある遺産を利用した監視システムになる。
The sixth Genesis. We knew it would be involved in some manner.
この装置のジャッジは絶対だ。出し抜くことは不可能だと断言しておこう。俺たちに用があるなら、このゲームに参加し勝ち残るしかない。
So basically they have no choice but to follow the rules to the letter.
俺たちが用意した最高のカルナバル。せいぜい楽しんでいってくれ。ちょうど正午だな。ゲームの第一フェーズは14時に開始となる。これから送るマップを頼りにそれぞれ地下遺構へのエントリーを確保するがいい。参加に必要なアクセスキーがその奥で手に入れられるはずだ。最終的に誰がここまでたどり着くか。3日間存分に楽しませて
Gee, I wonder who it's gonna be. Definitely not us. These must be the rules of the game and the map to the underground. Let's have a look at them right away. Alright, what are the rules? 1. The game begins at noon today and ends at 11:59 p.m. on November 22nd. At exactly midnight, Almada will leave the area and detonate the bomb. None of the participating players may enter or leave Arashian. Nor can they call on reinforcements from the outside. Any attempts to leak information on the game to the press or the people in Arashian will result in immediate detonation. Do not attack Vashtar Palace from the outside or attempt to infiltrate it by any means other than the established game area. Okay, well there you go with that. At the end of each round, a new underground area will be unlocked with a boss assigned to each. The last remaining team can enter the palace. This can't be happening. Unfortunately, it is happening. We really are being forced to participate in a battle royale. With the Genesis watching over us, we'll have to comply and abide by these rules as well. Right, if it catches us breaking any one of them, the whole city will be destroyed. Our options are limited with the entirety of Arashian's populace being held hostage. Hey, wait a second, if the bomb detonates early, they'll get caught up in the blast too, won't they? No, these guys can teleport to safety whenever they want. Though, even if they couldn't, I doubt they do this any differently. These guys are utterly insane. This is how they plan to exploit the fruits of Professor Callahan's labor. How utterly abhorrent. I can't say I'm happy about how they're abusing the Genesis either. There are less than 2 hours until this first round begins. We have little time to waste. What should our next move be, Van? I say we get out in the field right away. We can't afford to just sit on our hands, not with what's at stake here. Eventually, we'll need to make our way over to the entrance and grab our key card. But first, I think we should walk around the South District. It'll help us get our bearings. And while we're in the area, we can visit the guild branch there, too. Sounds like a plan. At least there's no rule against talking to people. If these are the rules, I might have an idea. Yeah, at least there's no rules like you can't speak to anybody, so all the different groups are able to talk to each other if they so desire. We'll walk around for a tiny bit. Obviously, it was a lot just getting into the city. I'll keep Burgard in the main party, though. That's fine. Give me Aaron, I suppose. For now. Where'd Burgard run off to? There he is.
Easy.
Yes.
God, he is tall. I don't know if we've ever run around as a tall character like him before. Or someone as tall as him, rather. Emma. Not the Emma we know. Well, yeah, may as well just get a look around the city. Yeah, none of the civilians are gonna... But what if there was, like, someone who had their phone out and then a civilian just happened to hear, just by chance? It's an Orbital factory. So I guess there's no equipment here to buy. Yeah, I assume the police aren't allowed to know. Oh, hey! Doesn't look like there's any good info here. I don't see any 4 SPGs on the board. That's weird. I thought the Society was spreading word that I'm in town. Maybe they'll start rolling in soon. Not like we can deal with them today anyway. The game will begin soon, and we aren't sure how much time we have in the evening. Got a point there. Guess we'll just have to check back tomorrow. Let's just worry about making through the first round for the time being. Right, we need to prepare for the game. Alright, I guess we can... Oh, wow. I almost got ran over there. Alright, well, we can... I think we'll end the video after checking in with the guild. Oh, wow, yeah, they got a lot of people here.
まずは周辺状況をまとめてちょうだい。CID からの指示があるとは思うから、現地警察とは連携が取れるはずだけど、例のルールはおそらく現場には知らせない方針でしょうから注意して。地下の方については。
Ren。
あなたたちもついたのね。お疲れ様です、皆さん。
おう、 そっちも早速動いてるみたいだな。やれやれ、予想のはるか斜め上の状況になっちまったな。獅子殿についてはご無沙汰してます。ご創建のようで何よりだ。
お主こそな。
You two know each other? Should have expected that. He probably knew my master through his own. That's about the short of it. Just to be clear, though, I thought he died 3 years ago, too. Anyway, Ren's gonna be serving as our superior while we're here. She's also the liaison between the guild and the other factions in the city. We figured she'd be the perfect fit for the job. This is so funny seeing, obviously, the last time Zin and Ren worked together, like, in the games, would have been Sky 3rd. I feel much better with her on board. She was a big help during the war 2 years ago. I do feel a little bad, though. She has a lot on her plate. I certainly have my work cut out for me. Almada's sadistic scheming isn't making matters any simpler, either. But I'll manage. I'm quite proficient at multitasking, so this is well within my capabilities. We're lucky to have you, Ren. You go get him, Tiger. Wow, you've got a lot of bracers for this op, huh? Even the Gecko Tomboy's here. How's it going, girlie? Not in the mood. Sorry, we're all a little on edge right now. We just lost one of our people today. What? 2 bracers were exploring the underground labyrinth and they ran into Almada, who were likely in the midst of preparing for the game. They managed to bring back some valuable intelligence, but at a steep cost. One of them was badly wounded and the other passed away this morning. That's horrible. I'm so sorry to hear that, you guys.
Jin-san, こちらは準備ができました。
Elaine, hey.
あなたたち来ているのは聞いていたけど。
I take it you've been worried about me after what happened yesterday? Well, don't be. I'm fine now. The stakes as high as they are, I can ill afford to be reckless, nor can I be too caught up in the past. I hear you there. How about we let bygones be bygones, then? Yes, let's. Since you're here, I'm sure you fully intend to dive headlong into the jaws of danger. Normally, I would suggest that you not take your assistants on that journey with you. But seeing as there is no safe haven here, I will only ask that your friends be careful. Of course, you do the same. We should probably get going, you two. Sounds good. Off to the underground, then. We'll be counting on you all to handle everything up here. Understood. We won't let you down. Watch your backs out there. I'm gonna get to work, too. I may not be able to keep my editors in the loop about all this, but that won't stop me. If Dingo was here, he'd do something about this. If you need my help with anything or you want to talk, you know where to find me. Thank you. We'll be sure to take you up on that if we need to. Perhaps we could ask if the messages we receive from Almada all contain the same information, just in case. Well, there you have it. Alright, so I think we'll end things off here. So next time we'll go ahead and check with the other parties. Well, I guess there's not really any other parties to check with. Unless we're... Are we allowed to go to the other regions? No, okay. So I guess for now it was just checking in with the guild. So I guess after this, we're just going to be starting our first competition. So I guess next time we will get started on that. So look forward to that. So that's going to be it, guys. Next time we'll be starting this... I'll let her finish.
歌劇とは随分違いそうだが。
無事に乗り越えさえすればいずれ機会もあろう。
But yeah, so next time we'll be starting off this nightmarish death game with all these innocent civilians' lives on the line and see where things go. We got 3 days to put everything to rest here and take down Almata, and the plan is to do just that. So that's gonna be it, guys. Hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel. I'll see you next time. Have a wonderful day, everyone.